Hey, welcome to Historizing the MC Culture, episode 7. We're going to define property of. Hey, listen, let me put on a little music right quick so we can go ahead and do what we do, man. I'm your host. Y'all know who I am, Prophet, Outcast Motorcycle Club. And this special episode is dedicated to my brother and sister, AC, always cool, and Coco Cocahanas. We love you and we miss you. So whenever the term property of is spoken, it's often accompanied by some vitriol remarks that are due to someone without inside knowledge, attempting to vomit their interpretations of the term onto another. And usually the answer that is given is diametrically opposed to the actual truth, at least in terms of theory. Often when the ignoble ask about the term property of, they're vehemently rejected on the basis of some grand secrecy. And what this leads to is the student drawing their own interpretations and filling in the gaps with rumors that have been passed on by the unknowing and giving fuel to the ignorance of the position. Without being too revealing and too enigmatic, I will attempt to offer context on the historical value of property of in an attempt to quell the falsehoods and rumors and misnomers that often associated with the title. There was a time when traditional motorcycle clubs had female members. The golden years of the 1960s seen this phenomenon, and women were very much patch holders alongside the men of the club. There was a paradigm shift in thinking, and these clubs then became all male motorcycle clubs, thereby removing women from their ranks. An inquisition was made into how to exist as an all male entity while continuing to have the dedicated ladies of the club in close contact under the flag of the organization. The solution was to give her a set of custom patches on a vest that specifically spelled out who she was directly associated with in the club. The patches and vests that she was given would remain the property of the brother who was giving them out, and she would in turn be seen as a guest to the club, accountable to him who gave her the patches and vests to wear. This is the genesis of the term property of. The play on words is that the woman is not the property of the man she supports. Rather, the vest and patches she wears is the property of that member who presented them to her. And by placing that woman under the aegis of the club, it became universally understood, a symbol of hands off, and that's in and out of the club. The conundrum that exists today is this rift between postmodern definition of property of and the historical definition. Unfortunately, the nebulous of today's definition is interlaced with some truth and much fodder. The pseudo definition has been constructed, destroyed, and reconstructed time and time again. Until it's no longer in its original form, it is a bit of an ambitious task to try and define property of, because that entails her purpose and her relationship with her sponsor and the expectations of her and many other factors. What I can do is historize the special relationship between the property of and her sponsor. There exists a connection in the vast expanse of the universe that rivals the relationship between the earth and its moon. It is a gravitational pull on one another that is so strong, so genuine and special that can only be accurately expressed through experience and words lack the substance to truly articulate the feeling, and pictures fall short of fully capturing the holistic beauty. This glorious harmony of dedication, sacrifice, protection, and love is found in a property of and her sponsor. Like the noble monarchs of old, the PO and her sponsor are king and queen of their arena, two royal figures who can ascend on nobility and break bread with peasants all the same. Their relationship is ironclad, devotion laced with unwavering commitment. Like bandits on the high plain, they watch each other's back and are prepared to do the necessary in the face of circumstance. They vibrate to the same frequency, and his keen instructions over time transmogrify her into a pillar of devotion. The way she looks at him has its roots in genuine love, rarely exhibited on today. She speaks life into his name as she elevates her sponsor at every opportunity. She gives reverence and deference to him, allowing him to lead, and she trusts his words, thoughts, and actions. He cherishes his property like she's the last of her kind in existence. His love for her is exuded in his actions while his words are few. She understands his feelings by the way he moves, and they speak the same language. She wears his name with an honor not seen since the days of old. Everything she does is to respect and glorify her sponsor, and in turn, he protects every move she makes. Like a cherub with the flaming sword, he stands guard over his property, always vigilant of her well-being. Together, they move like the ebb and flow of the tide, collectively as a unit, navigating the asphalt into life, into the golden years, until they finally reach the end of all things and the flame of life is extinguished. They answer the ring of the bell and the call of their names into forever, knowing that they built a special bond that exists in life and in death. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave a positive comment. This has been Historizing the MC Culture with Prophet, member of Outcast Motorcycle Club. Rest in power to AC and Coco. Peace.